I'm going to start off with roll call. Orlando Lopez. Dr. Ariel Cruz, present. Rudy Corona.
Present.
Frutoso Gomez. Oscar Medrano.
Present.
Alex Reina. Mario Silva.
Present.
Alfredo Perez. And Tony Torres.
Present.
And we're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States and Texas flags and the invocation.
Good evening. This evening we have two students from Dr. Cash under the direction of our principal Marlene Arazia, principal. The Pledge of Allegiance will be done by Noah Alexander Peña. Noah Alexander Peña is a fifth grade student at Dr. Cash Elementary, who is the son of Armando and Janelle Peña. Noah has always enjoyed being deeply engaged in the school setting. He was inducted into the National Elementary Honor Society while in fourth grade and currently serves as their president for the current school year. Noah has been an exemplary scholar. He mastered both his reading and math star in third and fourth grade and expects the same this year. He enjoys playing football and Xbox with his friends and siblings. He has also been involved in boxing competitions where he has won a trophy for coming in first place. In the 65-pound division, Noah's goal is to attend UTRGV and become a Border Patrol agent and a professional boxer. Noah would like to thank his parents for all the support they have given him throughout his life and tell them that he loves them very much. Also, we have Ms. Mackenzie Jade Contreras. Mackenzie is a fifth grade student at Dr. Cash Elementary. She is the daughter of Catherine Contreras. Her favorite subject in school is math, and her favorite hobbies include reading books, arts and crafts, playing chess, and participating in gymnastics. Mackenzie has been an exemplary scholar. Some of her accomplishments include receiving the Principal's Award in kinder through fourth grade, competing in chess national tournaments while in third grade, winning first place in a UIL chess competition, and mastering the STAR test for both reading and math in third and fourth grade. Mackenzie serves as the vice president for the National Elementary Honor Society, represents Cash News Network team, is a GT student, participates in the soccer club, and has maintained an A honor roll student since kindergarten. Her goal in life is to attend Texas A&M and become a registered nurse, and she likes helping people. Thank you. Welcome.
If we can have everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Will everyone please bow your heads? O loving God, we thank you for all the blessings that you have showered upon us throughout this school year. Thank you for allowing us to be here tonight as a united group of educators working for our students, parents, and staff. We ask that you bless everyone here tonight and give them the foresight to make the right decisions which will positively impact our district. We also thank you for the break we are returning from, in which we were able to renew our hearts, bodies, spirits, and mind, and are now recharged and ready to serve you and our district for the remainder of this year. May you grant us peace, compassion, love, and protection through your grace and mercy. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Okay, if the kids will just...
At this time, if we could have the parents of the students from Dr. Cash please stand to be recognized. Thank you, students, and thank you, parents, for being here.
The next portion of our board meeting is going to be the special recognition, and I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Gonzalez.
Good evening, everyone. Buenas tardes a todos que están aquí con nosotros. Today, we begin our meeting today with probably the fun part of the meeting, and this is where we like to acknowledge the gold standard of public education here in San Benito, and this is the achievements of our students and staff for the month of March. So we're going to begin with our students, and this month, we're going to begin with the San Benito High School girls varsity basketball team, who were the by-district champions and area finalists. I'm going to name the students, their grade, and of course from San Benito, and the coaches. We begin with Yasmin Bernabi, 12th grade from San Benito High School. Daisy Esquivel, 12th grade, San Benito High School. Madeline Garcia, 10th grade from San Benito High School. Raylyn Garcia, 11th grade. Cassandra Guzman, 12th grade. Jaquita Ibarra from 12th grade, San Benito High School. Jade Maya, 11th grade. Angelina Reyes, 11th grade. Kayla Rodriguez, 11th grade. Lorena Segura, 12th grade. Valerie Vela, 11th grade. And Mia Gayona, 10th grade. The girls are led by head coach Abel Moreno Jr., varsity assistant Steven Moran, assistants Juan Recio, Luis Garza II, Miranda Vallejo, and Julio Garza. You have before you right now is the San Benito High School girls basketball team, who were the back-to-back 32-6A by-district champions of 32-5A this year, and also back-to-back 32-6A area finalists. Ladies, congratulations. And coaches, congratulations. At this time, we ask the parents and families to please stand and thank you for your support for the girls throughout their season. If parents, can you please stand, and families? At this time, we'll go ahead and take photos with our board members and our team.
Mr. Madonna and Ms. Dr. Cruz, if you could come to this end. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, ladies and coaches. Okay, this time we're going to go recognize the San Benito High School girls varsity wrestling team who were regional and state qualifiers. We're going to begin with Star Juarez, regional qualifier, 11th grade. Next is Sky Montemayor, regional qualifier, 11th grade. Next, we have Brianna Castillo, regional qualifier, 10th grade. Next, Alexa Leja, regional qualifier, 12th grade. Angeli Ortega, regional qualifier, 10th grade. Galilea Herrera, regional qualifier, 12th grade. Brianna Resendez, regional qualifier, 12th grade. Jalen Castillo, regional qualifier, 11th grade. Lauren Cantu, regional and state qualifier, 12th grade. Team member, Leah de la Garza, team member, 11th grade. Leanne Garcia, team member, 10th grade. The girls varsity wrestling team and the head coach for the team is Christian Longoria. And we have one more student, Ruby Lucio, regional qualifier, 10th grade. Serving as the assistant coach, we have Juan Caballero. The teams represented San Benito at the regional tournament in Layton Gym in San Antonio, February 9th through the 10th of this past month, and the state tournament at the Berry Center in Cypress, Texas, February 16th and 17th. Let's give a round of applause to our team members and to our wrestlers. At this time, if we could have the parents and families of our students please stand to be recognized. Thank you, everyone. And we'll take board picture at this time. Once again, congratulations and thank you. Next to be recognized are the San Benito High School boys varsity wrestling team who were regional and state tournament qualifiers. We begin with Jose Mota, regional qualifier, 12th grade. Damien Hernandez, regional qualifier, 9th grade. Watli Rodriguez, regional qualifier, 11th grade. Yes, that's correct. Moises Castillo, regional qualifier, 11th grade. Christian Damansky, regional qualifier, 12th grade. Daniel Vasquez, regional qualifier, 11th grade. Brandon Salinas, regional and state qualifier, 10th grade. Carmine Castilleja, regional qualifier, 12th grade. Darren Mota, team member. Diego Paz, team member. Gabriel Lopez, team member. Alfredo Perez, team member. And Roel Garcia, team member. The coaches for the team include Javier Perez and Kenneth Rubio. The athletes competed in the varsity wrestling district tournament in La Jolla High School and qualified to represent San Benito High School at the regional tournament in San Antonio, Texas on February 8th and 9th of this past month. Brandon Salinas was able to place at regionals and qualified to represent San Benito at the state tournament, which was held in Cypress, Texas on February 15th and 16th. Congratulations to our students and to our coaches. And at this time, if you parents are in the audience, please stand to be recognized. Once again, thank you to our students and coaches, and we appreciate you being here today. Now we move on to the portion of the recognition. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Congratulations. Now we move on to the portion of our recognitions to recognize our staff members here at San Benito CISD. We're very proud today to begin with our San Benito CISD Athletic Department. The award is the Hometown Ticketing Athletics Secretary Spotlight, and who was selected as the winner of the Hometown Ticketing Athletics Secretary Spotlight Award. The award goes to those who go above and beyond, not only for the credit, but for the love of their school and their community. Each winner is spotlighted on Dave Campbell's Texas football social media channels. And we're very proud here at San Benito. Mr. Daniel Gomez, our San Benito CISD Athletic Director and Head Coach, is very proud to recognize our AD Secretary from San Benito CISD on winning that award, and that is Alma Dalia Gonzalez. At this time, we can have Ms. Gonzalez's family please stand to be recognized, and thank you for their support. We also want to mention that part of the award was an interview with the hometown ticketing representatives that was featured on Texas Football and Dave Campbell's Texas Football. And so we did post that video, and we're going to repost it again this week. It was an interview that was done by Ms. Gonzalez, and she talks about her passion and representing San Benito CISD. So we'll post that again. Our next staff member to be recognized received the ICON 2024 National Conference for Skyward. Skyward is our student database that we use, and that was on March 6th through the 8th in St. Pete Beach in Florida. They were selected as the Skyward 2024 Leader in Excellence Award. Selected in our Skyward 2024 Leader in Excellence Award, many outstanding nominations were received from district peers and Skyward staff, and Mr. Martinez stood out for his success using Skyward to support San Benito CISD staff in new ideas and in incentives. The San Benito CISD Finance Operations Department and Skyward are very proud to present our Director of our PEAMS Department, Mr. Juan Ruben Martinez, as that recipient of that award. The award is a national award, and he did go to Florida to receive it. He was featured over there on video with a video and also an award ceremony. So congratulations, Mr. Martinez, for representing San Benito in Florida. And I speak for myself and for many of the administrators in this room, we would be lost without Mr. Martinez. Our final staff member recognition for this month is awarded from the Riverside Middle School. The award is the KGBT TV Golden Apple Teacher of the Month for the month of February 2024. The selection is the Golden Apple Teacher of the Month award for that month. Coach Villalpando was honored by being selected as the KGBT Golden Apple Award for the month of February. Mr. Villalpando has been named as the San Benito CISD Secondary Teacher of the Year. Last year is the reigning Teacher of the Year. He will also now compete with 6, and we're going to add 7 teachers from across the Rio Grande Valley for this award. On Monday, we're going to get KGBT is also getting ready to name another San Benito CISD teacher as one of those recipients. So San Benito takes the lead in these awards. We have 2 in comparison to all the districts in the valley. So we want to go ahead and congratulate Mr. Jose Felix Villalpando, athletic coach at Riverside Middle School. Coach Villalpando, along with the teacher to be named on Monday, along with other teachers from across the valley, are going to be recognized at a luncheon, and one of them will win as the KRGV Apple Teacher of the Year award. So we hope it's somebody from San Benito. Congratulations. If we have Coach Villalpando's family, we also have Mr. Rudy Ramirez, who's a principal at Riverside Middle School, who nominated Coach Villalpando. And so we want to congratulate both of them. Thank you very much. Mr. Perez and Board of Trustees, that concludes our special recognitions of our students and staff here at San Benito CISD.
Thank you, Luis.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Next, we have the public comment portion of our meeting. The next item on the agenda is public comment. Before we begin, I will remind our audience members of the board's procedures for handling public comments. The public comment portion of our meeting is available to members of the public according to the following. At regular board meetings, the board shall permit public comment regardless of whether the topic is an item on the agenda posted with notice of the meeting. At all other board meetings, public comment shall be limited to items on the agenda posted with notice of the meeting. Anyone who would like to speak during public comment must sign in prior to the start of the meeting and list the topics they want to discuss. An individual's public comments to the board shall not exceed 5 minutes per meeting. Please keep your comments or criticisms civil and courteous. Please avoid using profanity and refrain from making personal attacks on others during your opportunity to speak. We ask that you do not discuss students who are not your own children. In addition, the participating individual shall adhere to the following. State their full name and what organization or group, if any, is being represented. Indicate the topic about which they wish to speak. Shall refrain from commenting directly on any individual employee or public official by name, but may refer to a specific employment area, job title, or the board as a whole, and shall refrain from attacks on individuals. Lastly, if after at least one warning from the presiding officer, any individual continues to disrupt the meeting by his or her words or actions, the presiding officer may request assistance from law enforcement officials to have the individual removed from the meeting. If a speaker is seeking board resolution of a specific complaint, that concern should be addressed through the district's grievance process. District policy DGBA has been established for addressing employee complaints. Policy FNG is the avenue for filing parent complaints, and policy GF addresses community member complaints. Grievance forms can be obtained at any campus administration office or at the district central administration offices. Thank you. Our first speaker is Ms. Rosalinda Garcia.
Good evening, members of the board and the community. This evening, I want to once again state my opinion how 4 sitting board members robbed us, the students, the taxpayers, of excellent leadership. When Ms. Cervellon was first hired, she took on enormous challenges left from her predecessor, Dr. Carmen, and made significant changes and recommendations in such a short time. I can just imagine to new heights she would have taken us. She her staff, and every employee would have definitely broken the glass ceiling and reached the gold standard in education and beyond. And what are some of the challenges she inherited from Dr. Carmen's poor leadership? The computer breach was one, the assessment needed with purchasing, procurement, and policy was another one. The waste of funds with auto-renewing of ABC Consulting at $9,000 a month. The $780,000 ESSER funds that were misspent according to TEA guidelines and had to be returned. And of course, the bond construction projects. I strongly feel there is no way that Ms. Cervellon, as a superintendent, would have recommended that a contract be drawn up by a school attorney that pays a contractor to get paid first and billed later. And our board president rated this former superintendent high in his evaluations. That indicates how a board president does not comprehend what high standards are. Our board president is the one that stated he did not see why Joseph Palacios was fired. He said that Mr. Palacios did nothing wrong. You have the auditorium in these buildings that might have to be torn down, and Mr. Palacios did nothing wrong. The board president seems to protect vendors over the district, over the community, over the taxpayers. Why? What is the reason they had to buy out Ms. Cervellon's contract? The failed bond construction? Not following board policy? Why? A great leader like Ms. Cervellon never became involved in local politics. Remember when doctors submitted a statement challenging the court on board ethics and lost? A strong-based leader like Ms. Cervellon performed her job responsibilities with high professionalism, especially when a complaint was brought against the athletic director. As unpopular, the decision was to place the athletic director on administrative leave at the time. Ms. Cervellon assessed the complaint just like she would with any other staff member. Everyone is equal. Handling of a grievance is applied equally to everyone, even to community members submitting a grievance. For example, Ms. Yvonne Gentry against the board president. On another topic, Ramiro Moreno and Janie Lopez would never have taken credit what is not due. I state this because there was a social media post from one of our current board members, the vice president. All of a sudden, she is heavily vested in improving security at all campus and facilities. To the community, I say, former board member Janie Lopez, who was the one who had the vision and passed the agenda to at least have one certified police officer at every campus. Again, this action was taken by her, and it occurred, we know, with the Uvalde tragedy. She also recommended to TxDOT a light out in the country to be installed where several bus accidents had occurred. Board members like her took their board member role seriously. She also looked at tennis courts out in the country. This ended years of transporting students back and forth, which I was not aware of. That's being transparent and making recommendations for what is best for the students. And because she placed the tennis courts on the agenda, I recall our president, vice president, questioning the timing of the building of the tennis courts. In my opinion, maybe she questioned it because Janie had the recommendation and not her. Some board members, like Ms. Janie Lopez, have a vision, are good with numbers and resources, are analytical. They ask to learn the purchasing process month by month. That is not micromanaging when you research and ask questions to make improvements
Your
for
time
the
is up,
students.
Ms. Garcia.
Thank you.
Now we move on to agenda item 4.1, which is, there's more. And that'll conclude the public comment portion. We move on to agenda item 4.1, Board of Trustee remarks.
I have a something I want to say. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start by congratulating our students and staff for their hard work and effort on the special recognition today. Let's give them a round of applause. Being part of this community gives me great sense of pride as we pass on our traditions to the next generation. The decision we make as a board impacts every student, so carefully considering and preparation each board meeting and agenda item is something I always do. So continue making us proud, and once a Greyhound, always a Greyhound. Thank you.
On behalf of the board, like Mr. Medrano said, we want to recognize our girls' basketball team, our girls' wrestling team, the boys' wrestling team, the athletic departments, and our staff for their awards. We had a wonderful spring break. I'm hoping everybody got the rest that they needed. I know we had our CTE department out at the livestock show, all those kids working really, really hard, and their sponsors as well. I know it takes a lot of family effort, and it's just great to see our kids doing so well and participating in all those things that they have going on. We do have testing coming up soon, and we know that this is a big time for our administrators and our staff, and we are with them in thoughts and prayers and with all the kids and all the families.
I would like to say a few words. Yes, besides our students, I would like to thank you guys out there, staff, for a job well done with our students. It takes a group of you guys, especially our administration that backs them up, and we thank you.
One last final thing, I want to thank the students who came and performed earlier. That was such a beautiful entertainment. That was outstanding. Thank you to all of the teachers and all faculty. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think we can have any more board meetings without some student performers after that.
We need some more mariachis, brother.
Can we have the conjunto, sir? Oh, no, just kidding.
Okay, now we're going on to our acting superintendent remarks.
Students, staff, and parents, as we enter the final 9 weeks of the school year, let us reflect on the journey we've embarked on together. It's been a year of challenges and triumphs, but most importantly, it's been a year of resilience and growth. With STAR and EOC testing right around the corner, let us remember to stay focused and on task and on track. For our senior students, your goal of graduation is almost complete, and I wish you luck on your final semester of being with us. As we look ahead to the remaining weeks, let's continue to strive for excellence in everything we do. Let's support each other, celebrate our achievements, and finish strong. Together, we can make these last 9 weeks memorable and impactful. Thank you for your dedication and commitment to San Benito CISD.
Thank you, Mr. Perez. Agenda item 6.1, we're going to have a presentation from Blue Cross Blue Shield.
of the board. And I'm here tonight just to provide you an
I'm sorry to
overview.
interrupt. Can you get close to the mic? 'Cause we
Sure.
There you go.
Let me, is it better? Thank you. So we'll go ahead and go over the renewal. Had provided you just a brief information on that. And let me see if I can work this. Okay. Okay, thank you. It's not working. Okay, well, the first, I'm going to go over the claims experience, then the total projected cost for 2024-2025 plan year, the fee comparison of what we're currently paying or receiving credit, and how they're going to increase, and then the multiple year fee guarantees that we provided during the bid process. Okay, at any point, if you have any questions, please feel free to do so. Okay, so I'll go to the next. There you go, I need to point over there. I got it. Okay, this will be effective October 1st, 2024 through September 30th of 2025, which is the plan year where you have, this is medical and prescription drug only. Our underwriters calculate this renewal, or the numbers that we're going to be charging, based on a 12-month period. Being that it's so early during the year, before October, so we calculated this between a period of December 21st through December 22, compared to December 22 through December 23, just to comparison and see how we're doing prior and now. On medical paid during 21-22, that's in December, there was 7.6 million. Medical only, the pharmacy was 3.2. The total, 10.9, and the enrollment that we have, and it's for the whole year, and this is just your employees, totaled to 16,334. The period of December 22 through December 23, that medical paid was 6.7, pharmacy 3.5, and the total was 10.3. The enrollment has increased, and it was 16,718. We go to the next page, and in there, I'm going to tell you what is that we're going to be charging. What we're projecting, and this is based on information that we have in our system of claims incurred and what we see might be coming. So they're projecting that your net paid claims, and this will include your medical and your prescription drug, will be at 12.1 million. The administrative fee will be $44.85 per member per month. Please note that in there we include the commissions, a well-being management program that we have to manage your employees' chronic conditions or high risk, and your virtual visits. That's the MD Live. That's where your employees can call, and they're utilizing that program where they call directly a doctor, and they have that virtual visit. And we'll refer to the multi-year fee guarantee, so you know that what we are presenting here is what we guaranteed last year during the bid process, for those of you that were here. So additional services, and the PEPM is per employee per month, and that it's $1. And what is the additional? That's your fiduciary. We are the fiduciary partially for San Benito CISD, and we charge $1, and that's, again, per employee per month. Then we have the third-party stop-loss carrier fee for the services that we have to provide to them on behalf of San Benito CISD, and that it's $1. The prescription drug rebate, that it's a credit that is credited on a monthly basis to San Benito CISD, and this credit is taken at the end of the month that we provide that credit. And you're going to see how it doesn't affect you in any way, but gives you a credit to where you're not paying administrative fee. Instead, you are receiving a credit, okay? And then we have the medical rebate credit, and it's also due to our network, and that's a credit of $2.50. So in there, we had given you the total cost annual, and you will be that recommended equivalent premium will be at $11 million. On the bottom. Any questions?
Given back to us at the end?
Actually, every month, and then we do the reconciliation at the end of the plan year, and we provide, if we receive for San Benito CISD additional credit or rebates from the pharmaceuticals Prime, then when we do the reconciliation, if we owe San Benito CISD credit, additional credit, we provide that credit back to you all. And if San Benito CISD, we provided greater credit. San Benito ISD does not have to pay us that credit back,
Awesome.
okay? So we give, but we don't take. That's just the way I can put it in simple ways. Any other questions you might have?
Not at the moment.
Okay, so on the next page, you may recall that I said I'm gonna go ahead and provide you with a comparison of where we're at. That meaning where we're at right now, what credit you're given, and that is for current plan year, October 2023 to September 2024. And then we'll go into the renewal, which is October 2024 through September 2025. And the administrative fee, as you can see currently, it's at $43.43. It will increase to $44.85. The prescription drug rebate, that's a credit that will give you on a monthly basis, again, per employee per month. Currently, you're receiving a credit of $93.49. It will increase to $111.73. The additional services, that's a fiduciary, $1. The third-party stop-loss carrier, $1. So the net administrative fee per employee per month, in there it says PCP, that's per contract per month, is the same. That will be, it's gonna go up from $50.56 to a credit of $67.38. Okay, so that's a credit that it's received, so you're not paying administrative fees, but you're getting that credit, and that credit is being used to pay claims. It's a credit on a monthly basis. The projected average claim value, what we're projecting is that the claim that we will pay on behalf of San Benito CISD, will cost $714.60 per employee per month. And the runoff administration fee is $9.48 if you were to decide to move elsewhere. That's how much we will charge you. And it will be an average of 3 months to continue processing the claims that were incurred prior to the termination date of the contract with Blue Cross. We will continue processing all those claims for you for a period of 12 months. You continue funding the claims, and we will continue processing and paying on your behalf. Any questions you might have? So on that next slide, we have the guarantees, and you will say, we start with 10/1/2024, then year 10/1/2025, and we extended the 10/1/2023. And on some of them, it will say to be determined, because we don't know if it's gonna, how it will affect. So in 24, and we broke down by, just the guarantee on your administrative fee, not including any of the programs like the well-being management, the MD Live, and all those programs, it was at $36.84. In 25, 10/1/2025 will go up to $38.30. And for year 10/1/2026, it will go up to $39.83.
So actually, it's gonna go lower, the amount of what they're gonna pay. Is that correct?
It goes lower because of the credit
Credit?
that we give you on
Okay.
that prescription drug. That's why it's gonna be,
Okay.
it just, it is a savings. Yes, it is a saving. Any questions, additional questions you might have?
No, basically, we're saving, so that's great news. That's what we want to hear.
And on the other side, I provided you, just for reference, what was presented during the bid process, just for reference. If you have any questions, feel free to.
Thank you, ma'am, appreciate it.
Thank you, appreciate you.
Moving on to consent agenda. In order to promote efficient meetings, the board may act upon more than one item by a single vote through the use of consent agenda. Consent items placed on the agenda shall be marked with an asterisk. Consent items are items for which no board discussion is anticipated and for which the superintendent recommends approval. Prior to the time which approval of consent agenda is had at the request of any member of the Board of Trustees, any item on the consent agenda shall be removed and given individual consideration. Item 7.1, request approval of the optional flexible school day program for the 2024-2025 school year. Question?
Question.
Business and Finance, request approval of cash account report for February 2024. Question? Consent. Request approval of comparison of revenue and expenditures to budget report for February 2024. Question? Consent. Request approval of tax collection report for February 2024. Question? Consent. Request approval of check disbursements report for February 2024. Questions? Consent. Request approval of gifts bequests for the 2023-2024 school year. Question? Consent. Request approval of budget amendments. Question? Consent. Request approval regarding purchases of over $50,000. Question? Consent. Request approval of revised proposal on agreement for school district employee uniforms. Questions?
Question.
Request approval of revised amounts for hurricane fence projects. Questions?
Question. 8.9.
Request approval of resolution to purchase real property located at 341 Whole Street, San Benito, Texas, 78586, and plan for said property. Question?
Question.
Request approval of revised notice of early voting locations for elections to be held on May 4th, 2024. Questions?
Question.
Administration. Consent for request approval of revisions to the 2023-2024 compensation plan. Questions?
Question.
Request approval of nominating a candidate to serve on the Region 1 Board of Directors. Question? Consent. Request approval of renewal with Blue Cross Blue Shield Texas 300-195 for the 2024-2025 school year. Questions? Consent. Request approval of board minutes. Questions? Consent. At this time, I'd like a motion to approve items 8.1 through 8.7
So moved.
and 9.2 to 9.4.
So moved.
Second.
I've got a motion by Rudy Corona and a second by Mario Silva. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Motion passed. Okay, going to agenda item 7.1. We've got request approval of the optional flexible school day program for the 2024-2025 school year. Ms. Cornett, do you want her to come up to the front?
I had a question.
No, no, she presented.
I had a question for Mr. Perez to explain to the public what this is about. Yeah, thank you.
I do. So the optional flexible school day program, this is just to start the process. It's an application. We actually do it every year for Gateway Academy and only Gateway Academy. So optional flexible school day program lets us recover minutes and essentially ADA for students that stay late, come earlier before the school starts, comes on Saturdays. We've always done this for Gateway. We're going to propose for next year to do this for all campuses. So if a student is absent at the high school, a lot of the times in the summer, we make them make up their times in summer school, right? So with this, during the school year, if they stay after school, they can make up their time as they're making up their credits and their work. And now we can collect ADA that we're missing out on it. Several districts have gone to this, and they're collecting a lot of the ADA that they have missed out for absences. Now, this is not that we're approving the plan. This is for us to approve to apply. TEA can still come back and say no, but
So what this is you recover the minutes that they're in campus, right?
exactly, that we have lost.
For
But
the
we'll be
ADA.
able to do it at after school, or we'll be able to do it on a Saturday.
Surplus.
Yes, and this will be, we're going to apply for across the school district. Many times at summer school, we'll have large amounts of students that have passed all their classes, but they're only doing the time. So they come to summer school just to satisfy the minutes, but we've never been able to collect on those minutes.
So this application would be for all our campuses?
Yes, sir.
District-wide?
All campuses district.
Thank you, Mr. Perez.
Yes, sir.
I move to approve this item.
Second, anybody second? I've got a motion by Mr. Medrano and a second by Mr. Silva. All those in favor? Approved. Okay, moving on to item 8.8, we have request approval of revised proposal on agreement for school district employee uniforms. Mr. Medrano, your question?
Also, Mr. Perez, I want to see if you can address to the public what this is about. Yeah.
So this is something that you all approved at the beginning of the year. Ms. Mata's going to have to correct me if I'm wrong, but at this point, I believe that we have added employees,
Vacancies.
Vacancies
There
that were not
vacancies for the
previously there.
departments that they didn't account for. So because, that there were some vacancies that the departments did not account for at the beginning when this was approved. And because now they're starting to fill those vacancies, we have to bring it back to the board because when you approved a 3-year contract, those were not included in the proposal. So I checked with Mr. Torres, and because the amount is changing, we need to bring it back to you all. So it's vacancies for, on the cover page, it's vacancies for the police department, custodians, maintenance, and transportation.
So
Those are the only ones that we can provide.
uniforms for, yes, correct. That we've been providing. You all approved a certain amount of employees, but we didn't take into consideration at the beginning of the year the vacancies.
Okay, that's all I want to know. I move to this, go ahead and move to approve this item, yeah.
I'll second. So I've got a motion by Mr. Medrano and a second by myself. All those in favor? Passed. Okay, Mr. Medrano, your question on the request of approval of revised amounts for hurricane fence projects.
Same thing, Mr. Perez, can you address this item?
Yes. So we had previously approved all of the fencing projects in the district, and one of the things that was not added, and I can't remember what, the bond, the
Performance bond.
performance bond.
Performance bond.
Well, it's still being paid out of the grant. The only thing that we had not included in the total was the performance bond fee. So every since it is such a large project, because we are doing so many fencing projects at one time, they need to have a performance bond. So now the company has added that fee. What's the exact total of the
It's
fee?
at
ma'am?
2%, $7,000 with 4 cents.
Campuses will this affect?
The same ones from before, hold on, let me get to it. It's Dr. Garza, Riverside, La Encantada, Ed Downs, Frank Roberts, Fred Booth, Miller Jordan, Angela Leon.
But Ms. Mata, it's not affecting any schools. This is just a percentage
It's
that's
just a
being
percentage
charged
increase, yeah.
for, so
So
it's
the-
not anything that's being affected. It's just
No,
it's just the bond price.
Yes, it was
Thank you.
y'all had approved 351,000, and it went up by $7,000 to the total, yes.
Move to approve this item, yeah.
Got a motion by Mr. Medrano and a second by Mr. Silva. All those in favor? Approved. I just like. 8:10, we've got request approval of resolution to purchase real property located at 341 Whole Street, San Diego, Texas, and a plan for said property.
Same thing, Mr. Perez. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So this is the property that we had discussed in committee meetings. There's a property in front of Frank Roberts that is abandoned. The people that own the property would like to sell it to the school district. We have maybe plans in the future for expanding the parking lot for Frank Roberts. We did already research, because it is condemned, we will have to demolish it, and there will be a fee with that, but we've already gotten quotes for that, just in case you all do.
Are these going to be presented to the public, these photos, or?
We can.
I mean, yeah, I would, because, so they can see where we're going to demolish the property and
Okay.
stuff like that. How much did you think? It says here,
15,000?
15.
Not bad.
Okay.
Is that the corner lot?
Yeah,
No,
it's right in the front.
it's in between the parking
Yeah.
lots.
In between?
Yes, sir.
See, it's in between. Okay, I move to approve this item.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got a motion by Mr. Medrano and a second by Mr. Silva. All those in favor? Passed. Next, we have agenda item 8.11, request approval of revised notice of early voting locations for elections to be held on May 4th, 2024.
I think there were some changes on the locations, right, Mr. Perez?
They were adding some locations. Ms. Mata has the,
Yes, the Cameron County joined the elections. As such, because we approved the notice of general election with the just the previous polling places. With them joining, that opened more polling places for us. So, yeah, we have to bring it to the board for approval. So we have more. Yes, it's on the agenda. Yeah, it's part of the thing.
Is it true that Encantada is not gonna be involved in the elections anymore? The site,
Election day?
election day?
No, but I know if it is, I'll follow up. It's on the first page, after the cover page. It's right there in Encantada. It's the first one, actually.
Please keep us posted on where the items are, agenda, elections are gonna be. I move to approve this item.
We've got a motion by Mr. Medrano and a second by Mr. Silva. All those in favor? And going back to item 8.10, those images are available online on the board agendas if anybody would like to see them, as well as the polling places. Okay. Next, we've got 9.1, request approval of revisions to the 2023-2024 compensation plan. Mr. Gallegos?
Yeah.
Good evening, Vice President Dr. Cruz, members of the board, and Acting Superintendent Mr. Perez. So the compensation plan, we're changing the perfect attendance. What we're adding to the perfect attendance stipend is bereavement as part of the reasons as to an employee can be out and still qualify for the perfect attendance. We believe that if an employee is out because of bereavement, we shouldn't punish them to receive the perfect attendance bonus. That's going to be paid. The third quarter is going to be paid in April tentatively, and then the fourth quarter will be paid in June with the regular payroll run.
While you're up there, Mr. Gallegos,
Yes.
that will be a separate check, or it'll be included on the regular monthly check?
That's more.
We had discussed including it as a regular payroll. So, yes, included.
So it'll be part of the monthly
Yes.
check?
Includes all the staff?
It's for teachers.
For teachers, okay.
We're piloting it this semester and next semester, and just preliminary numbers already shows that the attendance of our teachers has, it has declined, it has improved, so.
I think the savings was like 17,000, right, so far? Yeah. Thank you.
I move to approve this item.
I have a motion by Mr. Medrano and a second by Mr. Silva. All those in favor? And those will be all of the consent agenda items. Moving on to action agenda. We've got action agenda item 10.1, discussion and possible action to approve easement and right-of-way to AEP Texas and approve acceptance of compensation for the same.
I believe we had the representatives from AEP. I had seen them in the. And this is the easement on Business 77 that we have vacant properties that they would like to purchase the easement. But they have more information on that. I believe they'll be running lines. Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Sorry, get my stuff together. My name is Philip Castillo. I'm with AEP Texas. I'm a transmission right-of-way agent, and I appreciate your time tonight. The La Palma to Kingfisher project, it's a 345 kV line, and it's a ERCOT mandated project. The PUC approved it back in 12 of 22. And it's a joint venture project with AEP Texas and Sherryland Utilities. It's estimated at 4.9 miles. And AEP will operate and maintain half of that line. The easement acres on the school property is 2.143 acres. And the anticipated construction start date for this project is early spring of '25.
So is this to enhance service to the city of San Benito, or what? Is
Yes.
that what you're referring to?
It is, it's to enhance the reliability in the area. The current infrastructure right now it can't keep up with the,
So this is needed for growth,
absolutely. Absolutely.
4 point something.
It's like 4.9 miles approximately.
And it'll be underground.
It'll all be underground,
It'll all
correct?
be underground.
This is overhead.
It's all overhead.
It's a non-exclusive easement, which will allow other utilities to pass underground. This is a monopost structures that we replace, single structures. On this particular property, we're gonna have two structures. It's a turning structure that goes out of the AP substation, which is the La Palma substation, and it comes in as a northwestern direction, and then it takes off like a northeast direction. So it's located.
Do you have a diagram you can show us?
Yeah, I do. Let me give that to you.
It's by the Haven. Here.
Road, yeah. Behind Blanquitas. I think the one question that we'll get a lot is, will this affect the utility of that property in the future to build something on there?
To build it, to have development on the project, on the property itself, like, you wouldn't be able to have like habitable structures. Parking lot and things of that nature, yes. Fencing, as long as we have a gate to go in and out of that corridor,
On the portion that's the easement?
yes, ma'am.
So we can't build a school there or anything, any property?
As long as it's not habitable, you can have, there's no trees or anything in that corridor, within that corridor SWIFT. Let me have this, it's just a very small portion.
Yeah, just the portion that's the easement.
That's my concern that, we can't, oh, I see it.
Yes, it's, at the bottom, it's a little pond.
It's by the tracks.
Yes.
Yeah, I see it.
Small diagram, small picture. Wendell, do you have anything you can share?
What do you want?
Wendell Stamper, he's the
Hello.
right-of-way contractor for AEP Texas.
Yeah, so basically the easement would be a 150-foot wide easement. I think it's 1,200 feet long. I could show you a plat or a shot from Google Earth, the location, and any other questions you have. But as Philip was saying, not a habitable structure. So, facilities for the teams, parking lot, road, any kind of, building like that would be fine, but it's, habitable in structures, can be built directly underneath the power line, obviously. Yeah, just an aerial easement, exactly.
So I've got a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Okay, and how much will we be reimbursed?
Yeah, how much? How much are we getting, sir? How much? Show me
May I
the-
walk up there?
Show me the money, show me the money.
you hear me?
Go ahead, sir.
The figures that I was presented and which is in the board packet is $420,060 for the easement.
Thank you so much. So I have a motion for Mr. Medrano. Second?
I'll second that motion.
Second from Mr. Corona. All those in favor? Pleasure doing business with you, AEP.
Thank you.
Agenda item 10.2, discussion and possible action to approve the memorandum of understanding between San Benito CISD and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security.
For this, we do have Ms. Cornett. This is a very interesting program out of Brownsville in conjunction with the U.S. Border Patrol. Correct. Ms. Cornett, Mr. Gonzalez, and Ms. Fernandez attended a meeting over there, a presentation, but for our students to participate, we would need an MOU.
Good evening, Vice President Dr. Cruz, Board of Trustees, Mr. Perez. Yes, this is a mentorship program that we've been extended an opportunity for our students who are at risk in collaboration with the Homeland Security, U.S. Border Patrol, and the District Court, 484th Court, and the Cameron County Court at Law. So this was where students would participate twice a week after school. They will go and do activities where they are going to go ahead of educational programs, leadership programs. It's a 6-week program. And they will also do community projects, and then they would sit on Saturdays as well. So they would be working with them on Saturdays as well.
When will this get started?
We are going to be, if this is approved, names will be submitted. I know Ms. Fernandez has been working with administrators, identifying students who would benefit from this program. They submit applications, we get parent consent, they're vetted, and then from the list that's provided to them, they will choose a certain number of students. I think our count was with somewhere between 5 and 10 students for our district.
Is there anything that the student needs to, I guess, what are they looking for? Is it going to be open to all students to apply, or is it going to be just certain students, the qualifications?
We're looking at students who are at risk, students who maybe need a little bit of encouragement, maybe some development in, maybe students who've maybe gotten in trouble in the past or struggling in school and need a little motivation. And so this is a program that will give them some of that structure and that guidance and something kind of to look forward to.
And you said the amount was going to be between 5 to 10 students?
Yes.
Thank you.
And this is at no cost to the district, correct?
Well, there's minimal cost. We would have to go ahead and put in some transportation because a lot of this is going to be taking place in Brownsville. So we are going to be transporting the children over there. We will need an adult to maybe provide some extra duty pay to go ahead and help with the transportation of the students, getting them over there and bringing them back. And also for the days that are going to be after school, we want to go ahead and provide the students a snack or something to eat because it'll be a long evening for them.
I believe Brownsville did this last year in conjunction with Cameron County Juvenile Centers, and they had a lot of success in Brownsville with it, so we kind of wanted to.
So this is only for 5 to 10 students, that's it?
Yes, sir.
Can we do more? Can we?
Well, for the 6-week period,
Yeah.
and then they'll have another round, and we can go ahead and continue. We're hoping that this partnership kind of grows, and that we're able to provide it with 2 more students.
This is going to be the second cohort that they work with. The first cohort just finished. It was a collaboration between BISD, Brownsville School District, and district judges also sent students. So Brownsville being the biggest, they're going to take. They only take 20 students into the program for that cohort. So we're looking at between 5 and 10, depending on how many the court is going to assign. So Brownsville will probably be taking 10. And then we're assured at least 5, and if the courts don't submit, then we may be adding another 5 to those, to the count. And they had great success with the students, and we saw the videos of their final products. excellent. And what they do on Saturdays, they have field trips for them. They take them to different areas. And one of the things we propose is we want to feature San Benito. So we're going to have one of the field trips, and we're going to be working, setting up a field trip at our museum, the Conjunto Museum, and the Calandria and other museums, so that way we can spend the day. They also work with area restaurants that will provide either free meal or a discounted meal. So that way, when they do the Saturday events, they're fed at a local restaurant. So we're also going to be looking for a San Benito restaurant that they can either donate the meals or provide some kind of discount to us. So that way, we're featuring San Benito on that day.
This is awesome. Thank you.
I appreciate you and Mr. Gonzalez, and who else was there?
Ms. Fernandez.
And Ms. Fernandez for looking at this opportunity for our students, and it looks like a great community partnership. So I will motion to approve this.
Thank you.
Second.
I've got a second by Mr. Medrano. All those in favor? Moving on to agenda item 10.3, we've got discussion and possible action to approve the vestibule project's change order.
So the vestibule projects began 2.5 years ago when we started with ESSER and we were still at the height of COVID. They are wrapping up all of the vestibules at all of the campuses that they have been able to do. We have 4 doors that were not able to, well, we had a project at Miller Jordan, but Miller Jordan already had a vestibule. So there was a quote for that, so we're not going to do Miller Jordan. VMA, it just doesn't make any sense to do it at VMA because we already have cameras and a way to stop the traffic. So basically, we have a credit that we haven't used of almost 85,000, 89,000. So what we're proposing is we do have a couple of projects. The vestibule at Dr. Garza's STEAM Academy. Instead of doing it on the inside because of the way the building is built, we're going to do some bars on the outside and a push entrance there. We plan to utilize the glass doors, the extra glass doors that we have. We have an idea at Gateway and PRC. There's a hallway that's connected, but there's no door there. So we're trying to split that facility. And then the final project is one project at the high school. And if you remember, the library has the main section of the library, and then it has another section on the other side. We've been wanting for a couple of years now to put a wall and doors so that we can take advantage for classes to go on. We can bring in presenters for colleges and just an extension of our higher ed department. So we'll be able to utilize the doors that we have that we haven't used from the vestibule projects. And I think that totals to, how much, Miss?
The changes total $39,843.75. So we should see a little bit of savings.
And we've already spoken to the gentleman from A1 who's been doing the vestibule projects, and he says he has no problems if they do not get the adjustments.
And this will be covered through ESSER.
This is still covered through us. It's part of the original ESSER plan.
I'll go ahead and move to approve this item. Yeah.
I've got a motion by Mr. Medrano. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Silva. All those in favor? Motion approved. Next, we're going on to the closed meeting. In accordance with Texas Government Code, Open Meetings Act, the board may move into closed session for the following reasons. Section 551071, for the purpose of a private consultation with the board's attorney on any or all subject or matters authorized by law. Section 551074, for the purpose of considering the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, or to hear complaints or charges against a public officer or employee. Section 551082, certain school board deliberations. And at this time, it is 7:22, and we'll be moving into closed session.
Executive session exactly 8:54 p.m. 12.2, employment resignations, retirements, and terminations. Mr. Perez?
Yes, sir. I recommend to the board to approve the employment, resignations, retirements, and terminations as discussed in executive session.
So moved.
I got a move by Mr. Medina, I got a second by Mr. Silva. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Thank you. Let's move on to 2.3, discussion of possible action to renew the probation district contracts for 2024-25 school year. Mr. Bettis?
Yes, sir. Also, I recommend to the board to approve and renew renewal of probationary and term contracts as discussed in executive session.
I got a motion by Mr. Silva, I got a second by Oscar. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 12.3, discussion of possible action regarding the level 3 agreements of PR. Mr. Bettis?
You all make that motion, sir.
Okay,
It's your decision.
okay.
I'd like to make the motion that we, as discussed in executive session on PR, that we move forward as far as what we resolved, no action.
Okay, I got no action by Mr. Corona. Can I have a second, please? I got a second by Mr. Silva. All in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Motion carries. 12.5, no action. 12.6, discussion and possible action regarding the level 3 agreements of JH, as discussed in executive session. Okay, I got a motion by Mr. Silva. Can I have a second, please? I got a second by Mr. Reina. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Thank you. 12.7, discussion and possible action on legal update on the natatorium and performing arts. Mr. Baltasar, sir, please.
Yes, good evening, board members, Mr. Superintendent, board president, members of the community, staff, and faculty. I did want to give the board an update as to where we stand now. I want to assure the community that none of the monies that were allocated for this natatorium and performing arts center, that all of those monies are still available. We are heavily insured. We have payment bonds and we have performance bonds, double the amount of the actual construction of those two facilities. We still have money in reserve. We've made approximately $2 million in interest over the last year with those monies that are specifically designated for those projects. So none of the money is at risk. We have been, as the board knows, and I've been copying the board on all of these, we do have Berkeley Insurance that is actively involved in trying to take over the construction that was basically left by Davila Construction. As of last week, we did have a walkthrough by the consultants for Berkeley Insurance, and they have gone in and taken an inventory of all of the equipment that we have currently paid for, and some of it that's pending. We have more steel coming in, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, to the property. So everything's going forward. Berkeley Insurance has not denied coverage. They have not denied performance bonds, and they have not denied any payments bonds. So we're forward to that. They now have access to all of the drawings. They have access to all of the documents that this school board and that the school district has. And we're very positive that we're going to have a positive outcome with this. It takes a little bit of time because they had to go back and review all of the documentation, all of the plans, and to see if they are up to spec. So having said that, I just wanted to let the board know that I'm diligently working. I do copy the board. I blind copy the board on the important issues that I think you need to know about, such as demand for payment, such as storage. All of those items I do send to the board and the superintendent to keep updated. If it has to do with payment, I'll normally maybe just send it to the superintendent and to the chief financial officer along with our general counsel. So I have been keeping the board abreast. So if you have any questions, I would entertain any questions at this moment.
I do have I guess that is a question, sir. Has there been anything that you've given the board that the board has not been transparent as far as towards the public, as far as what's been going on with these facilities? Whatever information you have given us, it has been presented to the community. There has nothing been hidden. I just want to clarify.
That is correct. There's no secret emails that I've been sending. The only emails that I have, there's been a couple, but that's been between me as an attorney to the attorneys for Berkeley, but they're limited. But all of the financial part, where we're at, where the construction is, where the issues were, which we know there were issues, All of that, the board has been made aware, and the public, I think we made a statement about a couple of months ago. Every one of those facts is true. And so we have been very transparent with the chief financial officer, with the general counsel, with our interim superintendent and board members. So we are not holding anything back. We're not hiding any files. We're not in that business. These are public funds, and we need to have 100% transparency on
So
this.
just for, I'm sorry, for one more clarification. So you did say 2 months ago is when we gave, more or less, when you gave that one last update. Prior to that, we had no other updates. That's why there had been no other information given to the public. Am I correct?
That's correct. There was no
Thank
other
you.
updates. That's why we haven't. And again, I have been talking back and forth with the
I just wanted to
attorneys.
clarify on that because there was false accusations being made that the board was being aware of things and being held and wasn't being transparent. I just want the public to know that we are relaying everything we can and giving out information. Now it is in the attorney's hands. So moving forward, any presentation will come from attorneys, correct?
That's
From you?
correct. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
I'll be available.
Is there a timeline that
Thank you.
we want to project here, or?
No, I mean, that's,
No?
you know, that's the $64 question. We don't have a timeline. I want to make sure that when they do evaluate everything, that they do it right.
Right.
That, to me, that's the most important part, is that they do it right.
Sir, I got one more clarifying question for you, and maybe you can explain it, you know, once again, so everybody can have a clear understanding once again. So it's very obvious that the bonding and the sureties took over this whole situation because this board went along that route to make sure that we continue moving this project forward and to find out and really look into and dive into what's been the holdup in this whole situation. But I just want you to make, you, sir, to make everyone clear that the bond money is protected, okay? The bond money that this community, you know, voted for, okay, is still there. It's insured, it's bonded, and it's protected. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, of course, there's been some situations going on. COVID played a huge role in this. We all know that. Some people want to agree with it, some people might not, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. At the end of the day, all we want to know is that, so we can just turn the page and move on, that the money is protected.
The money's protected. We have on each one of the projects, which, for example, one of the projects was $10.2 million. We have $10.2 million in a payment bond, and in addition, we have $10.2 million in a performance bond. So we're doubly insured, and in addition, Davila Insurance has insurance. So we're gonna tap into that too. And again, those are the conversations that I've been having with the insurance attorneys. So yes, we are insured, and we're not upside down. We have money in the bank. We have money, the bond money that's still in the bank, it's still designated for that purpose. We have not spent it. The district can't use it for anything other than those items.
Yeah, correct. And I just want to, you know, in addition to that, I just want to make sure that, you know, the whole situation, the reason why a lot of this was protected was because we went CMAR.
That's correct.
That's contract manager at risk. And I think that's very important. I think that's always been left out of the conversation. But I think that's very important to hit on, is that, you know, prior to COVID, these companies, which is Davila, took the responsibility and gave us a quote, and that's exactly what we're going to go by right now, where these buildings are going to be double or triple the amount if they were going to get built today. Is that correct? That's
correct. The CMR that you're talking about, it's a construction manager at risk. That means they quoted us at $30 million. They have to live up to it, and they're insured for that amount. And that's why we have payment bonds and performance bonds. And I will assure this board that Berkeley Insurance is one of the world's largest insurance companies. So we're not dealing with the small mom and pop operation. They're worldwide. It's a very reputable company. So we are properly insured, and we are guaranteed the price that we originally signed the contract with Davila Construction.
Thank you for clarification, sir. Again, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any more questions? All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Can I have a motion? I have a motion by Mr. Corona. Can I have a second, please? I have a second by Mr. Reyna. All in favor, raise your right hand. We adjourn this meeting at 9:03 p.m. Thank you very much.